What up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time visiting the Nerdy Narrative, my name is Leslie Smith, and welcome to my channel where I talk about all the things that I read. Today's video is my weekly reads. It's just an update about what I've been reading this week, some initial thoughts and opinions, and I'm going to share what review I'm going to have on the channel next week. Actually, I am lying right there because as I sit here right now, I'm not sure what's going to be on the channel for my review on Tuesday. I know what I want it to be, but I haven't finished the book yet, so we're kind of down to the wire. I'm close. I want it to be Discovery by J.A.J. Minton. It's a cosmic mystery thriller. It's such an intriguing book. I would say that if you're a character-driven reader and that is your main thing, and if you don't get that, then you don't like a book, that might not be the one for you. If you like a bit of mystery and seeing how these puzzle pieces fit together, I think you might would. And I am getting way ahead of myself. I always start these out with what I have finished, so let's talk about that. I finished One Piece Volume 14. This is a reread for me. Y'all, if you need something to start your day off with a positive that's going to make you smile, just as I'm waking up in the morning, getting that first cup of coffee, waiting for that caffeine to hit so that I can actually communicate with the world, I like to read a chapter of One Piece. Or when I'm not reading One Piece, I like to pick up another manga. I put that down for a while. I stopped doing it. I've gotten back into it, really enjoying it. So I finished volume 13. Did I say 14? I finished volume 13. I also finished Breath of the Dragon by Shannon Lee, the daughter of Bruce Lee, and Fonda Lee. I was left hanging. Well, okay, I wasn't left hanging. I was left wanting more. This book was so much more. I thought it was just a surface level YA fantasy, but it wasn't. It had a little found family trope snuck in there, and it also had something that I enjoy reading about, a competition. Maybe not quite on the same scale as Rage of Dragons, but kind of similar to that series if you read that one. I think there's 2 books out in that book. I need to see if Evan Winter has said anything new about the 3rd book in that series. I digress. Really enjoyed this one. I immersion read it, which means I was also listening to the audiobook as I was reading along. The narrator is Eric Yang, did a wonderful job. I have filmed a review for this one, so all else fails, if I don't get Discovery finished in time to get a review filmed and edited, I'll put Breath of the Dragon up on the channel next week. So those are your 2 options for whether or not you want to tune in on Tuesday. Now let's talk about the things that I am still currently working on. I got my Kindle here as my placeholder to remember to tell y'all about Discovery. I loved how this book started out, and it's told in 5 different acts. The first act introduces the cosmic horror. I say introduces, discovers. It's been here for no telling how long, and that was just such an exhilarating act 1 of this novel. The follow-up acts, are the ones that I've read so far, have been different characters. We've changed points of view. The one that I'm in currently ties back in to another one that I've read previously, so I'm starting to see how all of these people are going to be drawn together. I was starting to think it was going to turn into a post-apocalyptic novel, but now I'm not so sure. It's just this big mystery that I am excited to read and find out, and it is book 1. I haven't looked ahead to see if it's projected to be a trilogy or how many books may be in the series, but I am going to link the channel below, Talking Story. That is the family that makes up J.A.J. Minton. Yes, this mom, dad, and son wrote this book together, which is so cool. That is just living the dream right there. So reading Discovery, and I'm hoping to get that one finished really soon. I'm also reading Immortal by Sue Lin Tan. I am almost done with it. I'm well over the halfway point. I got the audiobook from my library, so I've got them paired together. The narrator is not one that I have listened to before. Her name is escaping me right now, but she sounds very similar to Julia Whalen. So if you're a fan of Julia's, then I think you're going to enjoy this narrator as well. Natalie Naudus. That is who the narrator is. I think she's wonderful. Like I said, she reminds me very much of Julia Whelan, and I love Julia Whelan. Julia Whelan to me is a narrator that, even if I'm not familiar with the author of the book, I would still give it a listen just because she was the narrator for it. So this one, I have to say, it is a romance. It's a fantasy romance. It's a enemies to lovers, forbidden love sort of type of trope. And I thought as I was getting into it that it was a bit predictable, but in my opinion, I always think that about romance novels. I mean, when you read the back, you're like, okay, so these are the two people that are going to have a relationship. But what I find interesting is, where are these people currently in their lives, and why are they single? Maybe why have they given up on love? Why are they not looking for love? Or what are they looking for when looking for love? So as long as it's a focus on the person, I am in for that, because I am a character-driven reader. I love learning what makes people tick, why they are the way they are, and I like it when they find someone that accepts them for who they are. So this one, I totally thought I had this one pegged. I'm like, I see it coming from a mile away. Sue Lin Tan, though, there's a reason why I love this author and why I bought this book without even reading the back of it. She surprised me, and she didn't surprise me just once. It wasn't long before she turned it on its head again. This one is probably going to be finished either this evening or tomorrow at the latest. And then the last one that is competing with Immortal and Discovery for page time is The War Host of Vastmark, which is book 3 in the Wars of Light and Shadow epic fantasy series by Janie Wirtz. And I'm holding up Ships of Merior. I'm not confused. It's the right book. It's just included in the second half of Ships of Merior. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I started 3 books that I am dying to read all 3 of them. Every time I sit down, I'm like, it's a battle. Which one am I going to pick up? I didn't predict that would happen, because the first 2 books in the Wars of Light and Shadow, I just really enjoyed reading a small chunk, 8 to 10 pages a day, and then just kind of having a good time thinking about it, just mulling over the information, because Janie Wirtz is such an intentional writer. She just gives you so much to think about. The world building, how this is expanding, the magic system, little bits and pieces that are going on around the world of Athera. But with War Host of Vastmark, it just came out the door swinging, and I want to sit and read it. I just want to binge it from front to back. So it's actually killing me right now that I have all of these amazing books going. Let's talk about the next 3 amazing reads that I have lined up. So I have book 3 here, The Sorrow of the Sea by Stephen Aryan. This is the conclusion to the Nightingale and the Falcon historical fantasy trilogy. Y'all, I mean, it is killing me because I love this series so much. The first 2 books that I've read, I want to reread those books so bad to go into this one, so everything is fresh. But if I did that, it would be a while before I could read the conclusion. And now that I have it here, I gotta know how it ends. I have to know how it ends. The way that book 2 ended, I think that this is going to be one of my top favorite reads of 2025. Big, bold words. I know that is a huge, huge, huge expectation going into this one, but I have faith in this author. I have read so many books by Stephen Aryan. Gosh, if I think about it, I think this might be one of my most read fantasy authors over the last 3 or 4 years. I need to go back and look at that. That'd be interesting to know. If my excitement for The Sorrow of the Sea was not enough, I opened my email up this morning. I had an email with the arc for The Malevolent 8 by Sebastian de Castell. That is the follow-up to The Malevolent 7, which I read a year or 2 ago. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I did film a non-spoiler review for that one, which I'll have linked below. I cannot wait. I mean, it was supposed to be a standalone, I think, when it was written. There was no talk about a follow-up at the time, but it had an ending that had an opening that it could go forward, and I was hoping like crazy that it was going to be continued. When I saw this second book announced, oh, I was on NetGalley requesting it so fast. So I am so excited to get into that one. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. Y'all, and this TBR just keeps getting better. When I opened up my phone this morning, I saw that my hold was available for The Maid's Secret by Nita Prose. That's the third book in the Maid series, Molly the Maid. Oh, it's such a cute mystery series. If you have not read these books, oh my gosh, they are just absolutely precious. They follow character Molly Gray. She's a neurodivergent character. She is a maid at the upscale Regency Hotel. She loves her job. She loves to clean. And oh my goodness, this girl is just precious. I love how honest and blunt that she is. She says exactly what she's thinking, and she has trouble picking up on the cues from other people. Like, she doesn't always understand when someone's being sarcastic, when they're being literal, and just her thought process as she tries to work through her perceptions, and just how she keeps sort of accidentally solving mysteries that have occurred in and around the hotel that she works in. So I am so excited for this one, especially after reading the Christmas novella that came out. I think I know one of the things that's going to happen, and I am ready. I am here for it. So I mean, y'all, I've had such a great week of reading. I have an all-star TBR lined up, so next week is going to be off the chain. Cannot wait to be back next weekend to tell you guys all about it, and hopefully either one of the books that I talked about this week or one that's coming up next week is going on your TBR as your next read. Y'all, thank you so much for being here joining me today. Let me know what you all have been reading lately, what good stuff has come your way. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.